In the world, at this moment in time, where is Declan Rice?
Has to be top 3. Getting punched in the face, getting elbowed in the face. I'm 6'1". I don't get to the ball if I don't have quick feet. He has a big high demand on everybody. I think I'm the only one that has the Championship and the Premier League one. Alisson, the one-bit ones. He saves everything.
If you're making, I'll have a double espresso, please.
Of course, mate. How are you?
Lovely, thank you. Be honest, do you reckon you would have saved any of those Declan Rice free kicks?
Ooh. The tougher. So definitely not the second one. The first one, it's tough.
Incredible, wasn't it?
It's just the bend on the ball that goes round the wall and everything, and I think the wall is perfectly.
Is there something to be said that if that wall isn't there, a goalie just makes the save? Doesn't worry about it so much?
Maybe, but I don't think so. It's like a shot from that distance, you expect him to be more in line with the ball and everything, but it's a hell of a strike, and it's a dead ball that you expect maybe, like, I thought we were going to cross it. I didn't think he was going to shoot.
Well, you probably thought he was going to cross it because he's never taken free kicks in matches before.
Exactly.
So where does that come from?
I don't know, maybe he's been practicing in training ground. Well, we know we haven't scored a free kick in years, and then we scored 2 in one of the biggest games of the season, so it just had to happen. And I think he's been practicing because we need those type of players that can make the difference in those bigger stages, and he did.
What a game, by the way. What a game.
I know. Double espresso, you said, right?
Double espresso, please, mate. Because it's not even a fluke. Like, 3-0, you might think, oh, maybe they've just scored 3 breakaway goals or something, but it was a fully deserved 3-0 win, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was. I think the way we started the game, we created chances, we put them under pressure. I think we dominated the whole game with the ball and without the ball. They didn't create much. They created one chance where it was like one of our mistakes, and that's it. We gave them the chances that they had. We gave them to them. Yeah. You want any honey,
perfect.
any
Thank you.
sugar? Sure.
Beautiful,
Let's
man.
go.
What were you thinking going into that second leg? Because as a goalkeeper, are you thinking, right, just keep it tight, lads. Just keep it tight. Don't concede an early one.
I wanted to approach it the same way we did at home.
Yeah.
That was the aim of the gaffer, of everyone. But when you're in that situation, I think obviously they're going to be a bit more aggressive. They're going to be a bit more loose in a way because they have to go for it. Just defend well, and then you skip the ball when we can't keep the ball. They didn't have a shot on target in the first 45 minutes, which is incredible to be at the Bernabeu and not concede a shot on target. I know they got goal ruled out, but it was massive offside from Mbappé. But second half, we conceded the goal through like a lapses that we had, but we kept them very quiet.
Back to Declan Rice quickly. In the world, at this moment in time, where is Declan Rice as a midfielder?
It has to be top three in the world. Like, he can do everything. He can play as an 8, he can play as a 6, he can play box to box, he can defend, he can attack.
He can take free kicks now as well.
He can take free kicks now, and no, he's a top. And the main thing is he's a top lad. He's a great guy to be around. He works hard. How he manages the games and how he wants to be on the ball. But then the amount of kilometres that he covers is incredible.
Have you seen his growth this season? This is your second season at Arsenal now. Is he better this year than what he was last?
Yeah, of course. He's still young as well, and he's growing, and he's making that step to not just becoming a top player, but then a leader as well.
Do you think the Real Madrid result was a bit of a turning point for Arsenal? Because in recent years especially, they've always been sort of the nearly men, nearly. But this result feels quite significant, doesn't it, going into the PSG match?
It does. I think the way we did it against the opponent that we played, the amount of times that they won it, the amount of times that they come back from losing positions, and I think it's really important to be in the semi-finals. But of course now we got PSG. And
have you watched any of PSG lately?
Yeah, I think the second leg was a hell of a game against Aston Villa, Villa Park. That was a hell of a game. Obviously, we played PSG in the group stages, and I think they're looking at a different team than what they were back then.
How have they grown? How have they grown from the group stages?
I think they run in a way of like pressing all together. Obviously, I know Luis Enrique from the national team, and I know more or less what he does with the players, how they press and stuff like this. But it was a big difference on how they pressed us then, and then how I see them pressing. For example, Aston Villa, they were all at once, and they don't care what's the result, what minute it is, they will still play the same way. And I think they're adapting to that, and I think that's how they're growing so much and since the group stage to now.
You said you've worked with Luis Enrique before. Compare him to Mikel Arteta.
They are very similar in terms of being very analytic on what we have to do to take advantage of the opponent. And things that both say in the meetings, it happens on the pitch. So having a manager like this, knowing that whatever he's telling you, whatever he's showing you on the meetings and on the pitch, it will happen on the game. It makes you be even more focused and be more alive to what's happening in training that is going to happen in the game, and I think is the way to do it.
Is that something Mikel Arteta is big on? Because I remember so many times watching videos of opposition, and I know for a fact everybody around me just switches off. They don't care. They're thinking, oh, it's fine. We'll just turn up on Saturday. It'll be fine. We'll be able to do it. But does he demand that you're paying attention and then you carry it out on the pitch on a Saturday too?
Yeah, it demands it has a big high demand on everybody, not just the outfield, the goalkeepers and the staff as well. So everything that the staff do, they do it for a purpose and to transmit it to us and to give us that advantage to go to a game knowing the situations that we're going to get in more or less to be able to solve it. We know football is not black and white. There's some greys on it, and obviously he's telling us that as well. So he's giving us the way that he wants us to play and the way that we can find advantage. But sometimes those advantages, you have to find them through a different path or through a different way. But it gives us that freedom as well to do it.
We're going to go and have a little look in your sort of trophy room in a minute. Do you ever get tired of hearing that Champions League music when you're lining up?
No. You know what? I block it out. I don't know how, but you know when you're out there and then you're thinking about, I like to think about positive things that it might happen on the pitch, and then I'm just so locked in that I just blocked everything out, and after the game I just don't remember being in that situation. You know what I mean? So.
What do you mean positive things? Are you imagining sort of either coming for a cross or making a save or something like that?
So in situations of like the goalie coach always says, you just have to start well. Yeah. Complete passes, come for the first cross, and then after the first cross it will come the second and will come the third. But don't think about the second or the third before the first one. So I like to think like maybe saves, maybe situations that I might be put in, maybe on the ball as well. So just to block out everything, all the noise from the outside, and just concentrate on my game. I
can tell you've been in this country for a long time, because no Spanish goalie in the history of ever has ever said, make sure you come for the first cross. Never. So you're pretty much English now, all right?
Yeah, I am. 13 years, over 13 years I've been here now.
All right, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Come on, come for your first cross.
It's true.
Oh, here we go, mate. This is what everybody wants to see. Look at this. I want to look at this first. Like, don't worry about that massive trophy there, right? I want to have a look at this, okay? So that guy right there, David Raya, on loan at Southport, 2014. Talk me through it. Can you remember your very first game?
I do. It was against Macclesfield, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We lost 3-0.
Do you know who scored that day?
No.
It was a Luke Waterfall brace either side of a Paul Turnbull free kick.
Yeah. How do you know that?
That's good knowledge, eh?
I knew I conceded the free kick back. Obviously, I can't remember who scored, but for me, it was a really tough game because they just told me I was going on loan on the Friday.
How old were you at that point? 2014?
18.
Okay.
18. And I just got chucked into a dressing room. Like I had to drive myself to Macclesfield, chucked into a dressing room which I didn't know anybody, to like proper men's football I was used to playing for the under 21s. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great experience. The first few games that it took me to find my feet and everything, they were tough. When I've started to know the lads and finding comfortable to be playing there, knowing what that football requires, obviously coming from under 21s, so just tiki-taka and no pressure, no nothing, to go to a conference prem where everything is just physical, getting punched in the face, getting elbowed in the face. It was time to adapt. So after the 3 games, I think it was the best 3 months of my career so far.
Do you think all of these experiences, and look at all the pictures there, the growth of David Raya, do you think all of this is the reason why you are what you are today?
Yeah, especially that loan spell with Southport. I think I've learned a lot as a young player to go and play with men and knowing what it requires for some people to play football. Obviously, they were playing some bills and stuff like that if we were winning, so you get a bonus, and then people were relying on that. You mature quicker in that aspect. So I always said to young players to go on loan wherever you have the chance.
You've come from Barcelona, you played a lot of futsal as a kid, tiki-taka, like you say. On that conference pitch against Macclesfield, are you still spraying it here and there?
That's something that I always had, and tried to, not just to kick the ball for the sake of kicking the ball.
Yeah.
Just to try and aim for the player to give the advantage, but I always try to do that. Obviously, it's a good picture of reflecting where I come from and where I got to in the top to represent my country in my debut. So it's a really, really good picture. It's a good present from my agent.
That move from Barcelona to Blackburn, not many people make that move, by the way. How difficult for you was that? Because I think you were 15 at the time, weren't you?
I was 16, just turned up 16. When you were 15, you had to move with your parents, but then when you're 16, you can travel by yourself.
So you came over by yourself to Blackburn?
By myself, yeah. Thinking back now, it was harder for my parents than what it was for me, but it was a cultural shock in a way of like coming from Barcelona, like sunshine, and moving to Blackburn where you don't see the sun. It's dark at 3 p.m. And the food and the language, I didn't speak any of English either. But thank God I did that move, and I wouldn't change it for anything either.
All right, show me this massive trophy behind me here. Where's that from?
That's just a replica from the Euros from this summer. They gave us 2 choices. One, it was a watch, and then one was a replica, so everybody chose the replica. You can buy yourself a watch.
What watch was that? Was it expensive?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I'd rather have this. I'd rather have this for sure. This is from the Euros as well. Laporte, he gave one of these to each member of the staff and players.
Premier League debut, Brentford against
Arsenal.
Oh, was it? What's the score?
We won 2-0. So Brentford won 2-0.
Did they? First game of the season?
First game of the season on Friday night at the G-Tech.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Big Even Tony, I think that was his announcement onto the big stage.
Yeah.
And David Raya as well.
That is from last year, and that's from the Euros, from the finals. One of the match against Stoke City with Brentford, Championship Golden Glove.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that has the Championship and the Premier League one.
Yeah, that's really, I've never heard that one, no? That might be a quiz question I'm going to start asking a few people. Yes. I saw an unbelievable stat that in the 2021 season, the Championship season, you had 300 completed passes more than any other goalkeeper. 300. That was a season when I was playing for Watford in the Championship that season as well. And I just remember watching you in action, like you had this lovely side volley that you were just swinging everywhere.
I remember you telling me after a game at your stadium. I remember you telling me, because we play against each other a few times, and with Brentford I used to touch a lot of the ball. That it was more or less dictating if we were playing short, we were playing long. Especially with Ivan, it was easier to hit him and all that. So it's just something that I love doing. I love having the ball on my feet as well.
Being part of it.
Yeah, being part.
I remember clapping, honestly. Every time I was clapping, going, that's incredible, look at this.
Player of the month.
You keep everything. Do you, every little award that you've ever got, do you make sure you keep it?
Yeah, I keep it. It's a nice thing to show as well when I have kids and everything. We look after this just to show them what.
All the bits.
Yeah.
What about shirts? Are you a shirt swapper? You got some good ones.
I have a lot. I have a big ones. Mbappe.
Yeah.
Salah. Kante.
Did you get the Mbappe one from the Real Madrid game?
No, from when we played France. When I played Madrid, I got Ceballos and Carvajal.
Nice.
And Courtois, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, I had to get Courtois.
How do you approach asking a goalkeeper for a shirt? Have you bothered about it? Do you kind of, Thibaut, well done, mate?
I don't care. I just ask. I say hello and good game, whatever, and then do you mind changing shirts inside? If they say yes, it's top, and maybe sometimes they say no because I can't, but we will send you one to the training ground. Yeah. And the same if they ask me, I always change because it's something that I like people like to do, and I like to do it, so I always say yes.
Quickly, tell me about this ring.
My brother did it for some of the players. It's like the champions of Europe, like the NBA.
Yeah.
It was something that my brother always told me, like, when you get a big trophy, I think we need to do this.
Right, come on, mate, let's have a sit down. We'll talk about Arsenal, yeah?
Perfect.
Miles Lewis-Skelly. Just how far can this kid go?
Well, I know him from last season, that he was stepping up a little bit, training with us. But obviously this season, he had the chance. He showed his quality, and he's just adapted so well into that left back position and coming inside. That's what the gaffer wants, used to have that full back inside. And credit to him that everything he's done, and he got his debut for England and scoring a goal as well. And it's just crazy how, especially at such a young age, as he's only 18, you can see his future.
The mentality that he showed in that second leg away at the Bernabeu, his confidence on the ball, unreal, wasn't it?
How he drives with the ball, the composure he has to play third man, to turn on the pressure, and then just to drive the ball with like 50, 60 yards to the other goal. It's just incredible. It's just something that you rarely see nowadays, but he has it. He has.
Do you know, like when you've got young players in front of you, you kind of worry about them a little bit. You're a bit nervous. You mustn't ever have any reservations with him.
No, with him, with Ethan, all the young players that they played, we are so confident that they're going to do the right thing. And
how nice is it playing behind William Saliba and Gabriel?
Them two as a partnership, they get along so well, not just on the pitch, off the pitch. That will make it, I think, will make it even better. They're just so solid.
Gabriel, obviously, big injury, big miss. But Kibior coming in, again, that second leg at the Bernabeu, just stepped up.
People were surprised by how well he dealt with everything when he came in. And the players, the lads, the staff and everything, nobody was surprised because he shows the quality that he has. But obviously he's not played that many games. He always delivers. And that's the good thing about our squad. We had big injuries. Everybody that has stepped into that injury is done great, is done well. But that's the quality of the squad that we have, that anybody that can play in each position knows what to do and knows how to play just to help the team.
Do you think the injuries this season have been the main reason why you haven't won the Premier League?
Obviously, we dropped a lot of points. We had a lot of draws, which some of those draws, it could have been avoidable and get them into wins, and we'll be a bit more closer to Liverpool and everything. But I think obviously injuries are part of football. It is what it is, but it's a major factor that this year we've been struck with big injuries.
What do you think Arsenal need to do next season to win the Premier League, to do that one last little bit?
Sometimes I think we lack that urgency to win games, to be better in some aspects, and I think we are very close. We gained there. The team is getting even more mature, and the depth is getting bigger and bigger. What does that do is just increase the level of the training and of the players, that people cannot slip, because if not, you're going to get your place taken away.
Do you think if Arsenal signed that big striker, a 30-goal-a-season striker, do you think that could be the difference, or do you think it would change the way that Arsenal play too much?
At the moment, the last 2 seasons, our goals has been shared with a lot of different players, and now it's Mikel Merino that's playing as a striker and he's doing great, but his position is an 8. The striker might score 30 goals, but then the same goals are amount on the rest, and then we're sharing even more goals, so that will give us more opportunity to score more goals and to win the Premier League. But we will see. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's just part of football and the club's job.
I want to talk about you as a goalkeeper in a minute. Before we do, just end the Bukayo Saka debate for me. World class, yes or no?
Yes.
I'll do. I was going to ask you to describe yourself as a goalkeeper, but can I give it a go first?
Yeah, of course you can.
So
don't kill me too much.
No. There's no killing, right? So you've made a couple saves this season, right? Double saves, in fact, that I don't think any other goalkeeper in world football saves. And it's because of your feet. It's because of how fast you are as a goalkeeper. Your quick feet make top saves, unbelievable saves. And I think that's your biggest attribute. Obviously, playing out from the back and all that. But it's the speed of your feet, the contacts, the tiny little minute steps that people don't appreciate, apart from if you're a goalkeeper. Yeah. And that's the bit I see of you, and I just think, oh, that's just the quickest feet I've ever seen. Everything else is shot stopping, like coming for crosses, but your feet, mate, top.
I'm not the tallest goalkeeper in the world. I'm 6'1", so I might don't get to the ball if I don't have quick feet.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I had to work a lot, just to be quick and to be able to reach places where maybe Courtois just reach by just stepping in and falling over. It's true. And it's one of the things that you said about the double saves and everything. It's just the spin.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't see that many people, keepers just spinning on your ass and then go the opposite side. That's just a quicker way to get up to go the opposite.
It's not a quicker way, because I used to try it, and it's not a quicker way whatsoever. Watching me trying to spin on my big bum is not a thing you want to see, mate, I promise you.
For me, it's quicker. For me, it's completely quicker than just having to stand up and then get the motion, because you're already going that way.
What goalies at the moment do you look at in world football and think they're at the top of the tree?
Alisson. Obviously, Alisson, Courtois. I really like Kobel from Borussia. I think Alisson is just the 1v1s. He saves everything. I don't know how he does it. He saves every single one-on-one.
Do you watch it and try and not imitate it, but try and learn from it and see if you can use it in the game?
Yeah, of course. You have to have an open mind just to see how can he be so good at 1v1s. Okay, what he does, and it's weird because he's always so close to the ball when sometimes you don't have that time to get close to the ball, and you have to be set and then react. But he reads so well those situations where maybe he's made the pass, or maybe he's driving with the ball and then the last touch is a bit heavy, so he's on top there. The way he reads things is incredible in those situations.
He can smell it.
He can smell it. Of course, he's a top goalie. He's been one of the top goalies in the world for so many years, and the quality he has, the experience, and that's those things that gives you that extra edge to use to make 1v1 saves.
I think people think sometimes it's lucky as well, like it's just hit him, but it's when he goes down, he's still in a position to be able to move his body and react. Exactly. And he's always got his eyes on the ball. Yeah. It's a human reaction, natural reaction, is to just turn your face or close your eyes. Not for a second, he's just focused on that ball.
Focus on the ball, and there's a lot of saves where he's just, he's a spreading, but then at the end, he's just maybe moves one hand, and then he just touches it with his thumb or whatever, and he goes out for a corner, and he gets hit on the foot. It's just, his qualities on 1v1s they're amazing. I would like to see the numbers of how many 1v1s he's considered and how many he's prevented, because that's the most difficult thing for a goalkeeper. 1v1 against top strikers in the world in the Premier League or Champions League is so hard.
Who were your goalkeeping idols growing up?
Casillas.
Obviously.
Casillas. Being from Spain, everything that he's done for Spain and for Madrid, the way he made his debut, he was in class. And he just called him, you have to travel with the first team to, I think it was Shakhtar Donetsk or something like that. He was 16 years old when he made his debut.
Champions League final.
Champions League. He had maybe nothing to do all game, but always Madrid has had something like they create a chance in the 88th minute, 90th minute, 93rd minute, and it's just save. He had something. He had that. It's not luck. It's just saint behind him that is just helping him to make those saves. Obviously, growing up in Spain, Casillas and the rivalry with Valdés was a big one.
David, that's been incredible. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate bringing me into your home and letting me look at all your wonderful stuff as well,
problem.
Mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and for having me.
You've got a game on Tuesday. I'm going to let you go and get some rest. But you guys at home, don't forget, you can watch Arsenal PSG on Tuesday, exclusively live on
Prime Video.
Prime Video.